Hi there, everybody. Welcome to another album review. My name is Christian Eschbach. Hey everyone, want to start by apologizing. I don't have the CD in hand for this review. It is on a different level that I didn't want to go grab it from. This album review in particular kind of makes me chuckle a bit though, because um, I thought I had already done it, and apparently it is the last album of the Brian Johnson era that I have yet to cover. And we're talking about AC/DC Stiff Upper Lip, released in 2000. I also consider this the album that AC/DC should have called it quits after. As much as my opinion on Black Ice has changed, and as much as I actually, enjoyed Power Up to a degree, Stiff Upper Lip was the last album. The last really good, solid end-to-end album AC/DC released. You got the title track, which, just standard rocker, gets you going the right way, and it's got the right vibe to it too, man. That, you know, and mentality, just that having that stiff upper lip, man. Come on, stiff upper lip. Come on now. Meltdown follows that up really nicely. Meltdown is one of those tracks that's a good album cut. It's not a single, it's not a standout, but it is a really good kind of album cut. It takes it really nicely from Stiff Upper Lip into the next song, which is House of Jazz. And I really dig House of Jazz, man. House of Jazz has always been one of my favorite songs on this album. To me, it's always been one of the big standouts on this album in general, man. And I just really kind of get into it and really dig every last second of it. Hold Me Back. This is a good one that really feels like kind of a throwback to the Razor's Edge album. It's got that great album cut with that nice sharp sound to it, really crisp. Um, another song that I think is a really good standout track on the album. Uh, Standout track, but not being a single, like a good album cut standout. Um, Safe in New York City. Okay, so this one was pre 9/11 even. Um, Almost, you want to get into conspiracies and inside jobs and stuff like that, man. This is one of those songs. Like, okay, so in the 80s and early 90s especially, even through the 70s, New York definitely had a very, very negative reputation. So to say that one felt safe in New York City, especially in like the 70s and 80s, really in the 80s, that was a big thing. Going into 2000, right before 2001, New York had really actually cleaned up quite a bit. So feeling safe in New York City was real easy. Wouldn't guess that by nowadays, but I don't know if AC/DC would still be singing the same song. Uh, Can't Stand Still isn't a bad tune. It's not overly a standout, but not a bad tune. I like Can't Stop Rock and Roll. It's a nice, simple rocker. My only complaint with Can't Stop Rock and Roll is, it is one of those standard kind of AC/DC rock and roll songs. And by that I mean, the gratuitous use of the word rock and roll. Satellite Blues. I both like and dislike this song at the same time. This is one of those songs I have a complicated relationship with. Musically, good tune, man. Does the job, everything like that. Lyrically, there's something about political commentary talking about. It's not even political commentary, sort of, but kind of is at the same time. Like, I'm not a big fan of, Black Sabbath when they did Digital Bitch. I like that one, was good. But I didn't care for some of the 90s stuff where they would get into the internet kind of stuff. I don't like And Maiden kind of treaded on it carefully, and I was so about it. I don't necessarily like my hard rock heavy metal talking about technology, I guess, I don't necessarily want to hear a song talking about the inner workings of a guitar either, or how they've changed tube amps to, microchip amps or whatever. That's the kind of stuff I don't want to hear in my rock lyrics, really. Not that rock lyrics are huge to me, but that's one of those things that always kind of just weirdly puts me off. Damned. I like Damned when the album's playing. Come and Get It. I don't mind Come and Get It. It's one of those ones that's in the same line of If You Dare. All Screwed Up. I enjoy All Screwed Up. That's not a bad one. And Give It Up finishes up the album. And Give It Up might be one of the more forgettable songs on the album. Maybe. The whole way around, this, like I said, I thought this was a really good, solid album. This one was definitely in the same line as Razor's Edge, Highway to Hell, Back in Black. Even the North American release of Dirty Deeds, or even the North American release of High Voltage. From beginning to end, it's a solid album. And while there might be one or two songs that don't overly do it for you, for the most part, it's just really enjoyable. You really get into it. And, I gotta really say, I do honestly wish this had been AC/DC's last album, because I think they would have went out on a solid high note. And while they have had a couple decent albums since, I just don't think any of it was anything special or new or overly interesting or whatever. I think, there's that on-running joke that AC/DC's released the same album X number of times, but there is a certain point where the novelty of that even kind of wears off, sort of, or like the Best Before date. I don't know. I could do a whole diatribe, and I have already recorded a whole diatribe once, and I've scrapped it, and I'll probably do another one about bands that really should be calling it a day and haven't. But there's a lot to discuss and unpack on that one, and why I feel that way on that. Anyways, folks, that's it. I'm done. Those are my bits, my views, my opinions, my rants. What do you think? Am I being too polite to this album? Am I not being polite enough to this album? Am I being too hard on later albums? I mean, for those, you can go check out my reviews for that, because as I said, I'm pretty sure that's it. This is the last of AC/DC. I'm done after this. I've double-checked and triple-checked, and this was the only one I hadn't covered yet. So, let me know what you think, folks. There will be a rap party coming soon. Not sure when, but it will be coming soon. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell for notifications. Drop a comment for me. Peace, love, take care.